universe. She's the biggest icon in the universe. She's the biggest icon in the universe.
Finding success is one thing. Becoming famous is another, but transcending these mortal planes into the immortal cultural icon, that is an ephemeral, incomprehensible goal. It is not a status you can give yourself lest you fly too close to the pop culture sun and burn up like Icarus. And definitely don't try some 10-step routine to the top. There is no replicable formula one can follow to earn the label. But maybe there's a secret to becoming an icon. Today, I want to talk about Megan Stalter, comedian, writer, pop star, and most importantly, publicist to Jacob Elordi. How did this Cleveland-born comedian turn a niche social media community into global recognition and icon status? Fame is no longer a rare, exclusive club. The A-list still exists, sure, but the B, C, and D lists have gotten much, much easier to join. While social media makes it exceedingly easy to feel famous within your own pocket of the internet, it was actually the early 2000s rise of reality TV that intensified the craving for fame amongst ordinary people. Programs like Survivor, The Real World, or Keeping Up with the Kardashians made it possible for normal people to get famous just for being famous. With that fame, these individuals could then invent a new career for themselves. But those careers are more like side quests, pay-to-play capitalist pursuits that one can enjoy after earning celebrity status. As the 2000s bled into the 2010s, platforms like YouTube and Instagram began to gain popularity. Now you didn't even need a producer to choose you out of hundreds of other ordinary people. You could just set up a camera, snap a photo, and post. Post properly, and soon enough, fame would find you. So how do you stand out in a crowd of people if all the people are famous? It's a question hundreds of self-proclaimed experts will try to answer if you follow them, watch all their videos, like all their content, and post every single hour to TikTok. Oh, and don't forget to buy their course. Ew. The only true answer, in my opinion, is this: commit to the bit. The first lesson from the school of Stalter is in bit commitment. An essential tool in any good improver's belt, this concept is pretty self-explanatory. Once you introduce a bit into a scene, commit to it 110%. Audiences are more likely to buy in and laugh when a performer is giving their whole comedy to a joke. As a performer, you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Stalter exemplifies this in her comedy exceptionally well. Before fame even found her in a large way, she was committed to mining the humor and absurdity out of any interaction. One early example deals with her high school reunion, which Stalter publicly declined an invitation to via Facebook, telling her former peers and bullies, "All of you guys were mean to me, and I'm a lawyer now." She followed this up with a Twitter video apologizing to former classmates for not being present, but claiming she was too busy in the Bahamas with her big man, her 3 skinny children, and a schedule that only makes sense if you're a lawyer and fashion runway model.
Hope you guys don't have too much fun without me.
It's so good. Oh, she's a genius. Stalter's social media presence skyrocketed during the pandemic. Her content centered around bizarre behaviors and scenarios that were believable enough, so your laughter was both about how ridiculous she sounded, but also how close to reality she could get.
I just want to say I'm sorry, I'm really emotional reading this. I'm really excited to play today. Oh, almost fell over. Oh yeah, Buck? Sorry, I added the Buck.
These weren't just funny little clips. They were healing to watch. Underneath Megan's blistering personas is a sense of sincerity. She's ironic and funny, but she's also the outcast who wants to create community from laughter.
Hello.
In what feels like the universe of Nepo babies and industry connections, Meg Stalter's discovery was like a rare, beautiful supernova event. Poetically, of course. I don't know what goes on in space. That's for Katy Perry and NASA to understand. When the 2021 comedy series Hacks premiered on HBO, Megan was amplified to international audiences. You know, the ones who weren't there when the infamous Hi Gay video dropped. So your moms who like Jean Smart, and straight men who were watching Hacks with their girlfriends over a HelloFresh meal. Not sponsored. Megan's role in Hacks wasn't just a lucky coincidence. All her outlandish videos and awkward comedy bits, those were the blueprint for her character. As co-showrunner and star of the series, Paul W. Downs puts it, "We have all been aware and fans of Meg. We loved that dynamic of an entitled but unsure character, so we did think of her as we were writing." For anyone like me hustling to break into this industry, this is a dream scenario you aren't even allowed to dream for. Having a role engineered with you in mind, and then having a major studio like HBO say yes to casting you, unfathomable. This is the kind of thing that you're given after you've made it, right? Once you're someone like Zendaya. Well, at least it seems that way. But we move on to the second lesson from the School of Stalter. Specificity is key. We know Megan can commit to the bit, something that requires confidence at times, bravery at others, and a general willingness to look stupid. But what Stalter also has is an amazing ability to embrace her own specific voice that has earned her not one, but 2 TV roles on major platforms. Hacks and Too Much were both designed with Meg in mind. Discovering her own voice through experimentation allowed Megan to strengthen her talent, grow her platform, and make a name for herself all before signing her first major Hollywood contract. If you begin to put yourself out there, whether through social media or classes or live performance, you will actually start to find that this industry is about how small impressions can evolve into massively impactful collaborative relationships. The more specific you can get with your work, whether it's comedic or not, the more likely you'll attract an audience fascinated by your unique talent. An icon like Meg hasn't just randomly gotten lucky. She crafted her specific voice for nearly a decade, shared it with the public, sometimes to applause, other times to criticisms. Producers, writers, other creatives were part of that public, waiting for the right project to attach her to. And once they did, Megan became an unstoppable force of pop culture and comedy. Society doesn't always agree on who's iconic. There are certainly disputes and debates that rise when you label someone with this term. But once the word is whispered, it's only a matter of time before others start to shout it. Stalter emerged from the first season of Hacks with new fans and the intensifying demand of attention weighing on her heavier than before. But it didn't stop her or distract her. In 2023, Megan took her own stand-up special to the Edinburgh Fringe, a world-renowned festival for indie artists and comedians testing their work. From what I saw, An Evening of Mayhem earned mixed reviews, her signature over-the-top egotistic failure persona winning with some while confusing others. But this didn't stop her. Becoming the muse for Lena Dunham's writing with Too Much cemented Megan as an icon to the dedicated girls fans who view Dunham as the voice of a generation.
But I think that I may be the voice of my generation.
And again, Too Much was met with mixed reactions, but this didn't stop Megan either. Which brings me to my third lesson from the School of Stalter. Do something divisive, not devious. Icons earn their praise for, yes, being wildly talented and exceptionally individual. But the best icons, the ones who have staying power and fan favor, are those who split opinions over their art without true controversy. Yes, I'm aware controversial people become icons, no denial of that here, unfortunately. Personally, though, I'm fatigued by that brand of icon. Comedians are especially susceptible to leaning into the devious, saying something outlandish or offensive, and then playing the victim, whining about how we can't joke about anything anymore because of woke culture. Okay. Megan Stalter's comedy exemplifies how incorrect this claim is. She crosses boundaries, makes fun of people, and calls attention to strange behaviors. Comedians who have nothing creative to say are good at finding the easiest target in the room and turning everyone against them. It's a simple bullying tactic that, when staged with big lights and a microphone, feels similar to comedy. But it's really just a lazy way to continue cashing in with cheap writing. Most audiences aren't at a show to analyze your script. Most audiences are at a comedy show to laugh. Shocker. They're primed with the idea that you will be funny. So if you present weak material properly, they're probably gonna laugh at mostly anything. Making headlines with this kind of material gives these people the guise of being an icon, but are they actually doing anything new or interesting? Or are they simply playing into rage bait culture and chasing any kind of attention they can get? Stalter's operation runs very differently. She punches laterally or up. For example, dressing up as Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, a prime example of punching up. Objectively, both these stars are more famous than Meghan or Paul. They're also 4 completely different body types, so it's unbelievable when you show up to a red carpet and say that Timmy and Kylie loaned you their outfits at an event where those two are probably gonna be and gonna see you in the outfits they wore a couple weeks ago. But that's hilarious, and it has no victims because they punched up. They made a joke about 2 people who would lose nothing from the experience. If anything, these A-list stars only gained positive publicity, their photos circulating online one more time with a good sport notion, as neither of them clapped back publicly after the stunt. Meghan's hit single Prettiest Girl in America is another great example. Our self-obsessed culture is coming to a point where manufactured bodies and flawless skin increase one's worth and clout. You must do anything, take any supplement, and inject your body with any substance to achieve pretty. Meg's song leans into the absurdity of this, claiming her title as the prettiest girl in America while flexing a litany of other superficial but essential qualities you might find on a skinny girl influencer profile. The lyrical comedy stands on its own, but her live performance of the song elevates it further. She wears campy outfits, dances kinda poorly, and demands the crowd's attention, which they're happy to give. Meghan is again punching laterally here. The punchline is at worst a shallow woman trying to be an influencer pop star. No one specific is suffering at the expense of Stalter's joke. In fact, Meghan's performance is a modern example of clowning, putting herself in a position to be embarrassed in order to make others laugh. She's willing to be the butt of her own joke. Being divisive isn't inherently bad. The kind of comedy Meg performs is divisive. Divisive content sparks conversation. It earns attention from those who love and those who don't understand. People want to look when you're doing something shocking, whether they get it or they just want to make sense of it. Stalter's status as an icon has been earned over years of making fame a joke, laughing at how ridiculous the concept is in an era where fame also means nothing. She found her voice and stuck to it, refusing to budge when naysayers swore she wasn't funny. Now, as the world of possibilities opens up for Meg, the instinct we all feel as artists or fans will be to follow in her footsteps. What can I replicate? What can I mimic? But this is the final lesson from the school of Stalter. Don't try to be Meg. This industry is one full of doubt, rejection, failure. It preys on your worst insecurities and cuts you down for any little mistake. Whether you're a clown with a preposterous concept or you're the best dramatic actor that has ever been born, you will not be liked by everyone. Instead of focusing on how to appease every individual in a room, focus inward. What is it you want to leave behind? How do you want people to feel when they watch you? Meg makes us laugh, she makes us cringe, but at the end of the day, she makes us feel included. If we can all learn from the lessons she's provided, our future is going to be full of friendly, fiercely brilliant people. Some even becoming icons. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. You can also share this video with your friends, your family, social media, tag Meghan in this, hype it up. Let's get whatever we're supposed to do to these videos to make other people see them in an algorithm. I know, ironic. I'm talking about algorithms and fame meaning nothing, and I'm trying to get more people to see my thing. We all get it. We all get it, right? We know that society is like a double-edged sword, and like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Beatboxing career just launched. If it's your first time here, my name is Taylor. I post videos about the creation and consumption of art and entertainment. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd. I am posting over there all the time, creating extra content like this and other fun series you can be part of. And I think that's all I have for you. In the words of Meg Stalter, get me out of here. Love you. Bye.